Let's talk about money.
Hello everyone! Hello everyone and welcome back to Mr. Bo English channel, where learning English is fun, easy, and real. My name is Anna.
And I'm Tom. Hello, Anna. Hello, everyone. It's great to be here again. I always feel happy when we record a new episode.
Me too, Tom. I love talking with you and I love helping our listeners learn English in a simple and friendly way.
Yes, this podcast is like a small English class, but also like a friendly conversation.
Exactly. So today we have a very important topic, money.
Money. Many people worry about money, think about money, and talk about money.
That's true. But today we will talk about money in easy English, so everyone at A1, A2 level can understand.
Great. Simple English, simple ideas, but very useful.
Before we start, let me ask you, Tom, how was your week?
My week was good. I went to work, met some friends, and watched a movie at home. I also tried to cook more so I could save a little money.
Oh, that is perfect for our topic today.
Yes, I wanted to practice what we talk about in the podcast.
And how do you feel now?
I feel calm and positive. I am ready to learn more about money.
Wonderful. So first, let's talk about how we use money every day. Tom, what do you use money for?
I use money for many things. I pay my rent, I buy food and drinks, I pay for the bus or the train, sometimes I buy clothes, and sometimes I buy fun things like a movie ticket or a small gift.
That sounds like many people's lives. Every day, we use money for different things. And every time you give money to get something, you are spending money.
So spend money means use money to buy something.
Exactly. For example, I spend money on food. Or I spend money on coffee.
I spend a lot of money on coffee.
Many people do. But before we can save money or make a budget, we need to understand two very important words, needs and wants.
Yes, we talked a little about that before, but I think it is good to review and go deeper.
I agree. Let's explain it slowly and clearly. A need is something you must have to live a basic, safe life. For example, food is a need. Water is a need. A place to live is a need. Basic clothes are a need.
So if I don't have it, I have a big problem.
Yes, that's right. Needs are very important for health and safety.
Okay, that is clear.
A want is something that is nice to have, but it is not necessary for life. You can live without it.
So something extra.
Exactly. For example, a new video game is usually a want. A very expensive coffee from a fancy cafe is a want. A big TV is a want.
Yes, I see. I do not need a big TV to live. It is just something extra for pleasure.
Right. Let's play a small game for our listeners. I will say a thing, and you say need or want. Listeners, you can answer in your mind too.
Okay, I am ready.
Water.
Need.
A basic winter jacket when it is very cold.
Need.
A super expensive designer jacket.
Want.
A simple phone so people can call you.
Need, I think. In modern life, it is almost a need.
Yes, for many people, it is a need. Now, the newest, most expensive smartphone.
Want.
Medicine when you are sick.
Need.
Ice cream.
Want, but a delicious want.
Yes, a delicious want. Good job, Tom. This game helps us think more carefully.
Yes, and I think our listeners can also practice with things in their own life.
That's a great idea. Listeners, you can look around your room and ask yourself, is this a need or a want? Now, why is this important? It is important because when we want to save money, we must see how much we spend on needs and how much we spend on wants.
So if I spend too much on wants, maybe I can change that.
Exactly. Needs are usually harder to change. You must pay your rent, eat food, and pay basic bills. But wants are more flexible. You can decide to spend less on them.
I understand. If I know my wants, I know where I can start saving.
Yes, that is the first step. Before we move on, Tom, let's do a little speaking practice for our listeners.
That sounds good.
I will say a sentence in English and you repeat it. Listeners, you can repeat after Tom.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay, let's do it. I spend money on food.
I spend money on food.
I spend money on rent.
I spend money on rent.
Sometimes I spend money on things I don't need.
Sometimes I spend money on things I don't need.
I want to understand my money better.
I want to understand my money better.
Great! Now, let's make some simple questions. What do you spend money on?
What do you spend money on?
Is this a need or a want?
Is this a need or a want?
Our listeners can use these questions in real life. For example, when they stand in front of something in a shop, they can quietly ask, is this a need or a want?
Yes, that small question can change a lot over time.
Let's imagine another person. Her name is Lian. Lian loves to buy clothes. She has many shirts and dresses. Every month, she buys more and more.
I know some people like that.
One day, she looks in her closet and feels a little stressed. There are too many clothes and some of them still have tags. She realizes that many of these clothes were wants, not needs.
So what does she do?
She decides to stop buying new clothes for 3 months. During this time, she only wears what she already has, and she saves the money she would usually spend.
That sounds like a good challenge.
Yes, and after 3 months, she has extra money and her relationship with shopping becomes healthier. She does not buy clothes just because she is bored.
I like this story. It shows that small changes are possible.
Now that we understand needs and wants, let's talk about another big word, budget.
Yes, this word sometimes makes people feel nervous.
It's true. Many people think a budget is something very technical, very complicated, or only for rich people or companies.
Or for people who love numbers and spreadsheets.
Yes, but actually, a budget can be very simple. A budget is just a plan for your money.
A plan. I like that word. Plans help me feel calm.
Me too. A budget helps you see clearly how much money comes in and how much money goes out. We can say money in and money out. That is easy English.
Yes, that is simple. Money in is the money I get, and money out is the money I spend.
Exactly. Let's talk about money in first. For most people, money in comes from their salary from work, but it can also come from many other places. For example, money in can be a salary, a bonus, money from a part-time job, pocket money from parents, gifts of money, money from selling old things.
So everything that comes to me is money in.
Yes. Now, money out is everything you spend money on. For example, rent, food, drinks, electricity and water bills, internet, bus or train tickets, clothes, fun things like movies or games.
When I look at that list, I think, wow, I spend money on many things.
Smiles. Most people do. That is why a budget can help. Now, how do we make a simple budget? You do not need a computer, you do not need a special app, you only need a notebook and a pen.
That sounds easy.
It is. Let's do it step by step. Step 1. Take your notebook. On the first page, write the name of the month at the top. For example, March budget. Step 2. Draw a line down the middle of the page. On the left side, write money in. On the right side, write money out.
Step 3. On the money in side, write all the money you receive this month. For example, your salary or any other money.
Step 4. During the month, every time you spend money, write it down on the money out side. Write the date, the thing you bought, and the amount.
Step 5. At the end of the month, look at your page. See the total for money in and the total for money out.
This really is simple. It is just writing what happens.
Yes, it is like keeping a diary, but for your money.
A money diary. I like that phrase, a money diary.
Many people think they know where their money goes, but when they start writing, they're surprised.
Why?
Because small things are easy to forget. For example, a small snack, a bottle of water, a cheap app on your phone. But if you buy them every day, the total is big.
Yes, that makes sense. Let me give you an example. Imagine someone buys a $3 coffee every morning before work. It feels small, $3 is not much, but $3 every day for 30 days is $90.
$90 is a lot of money.
Yes, and in 1 year, that is $1,080.
Over $1,000 just for coffee?
Right. When you see numbers like that in your budget, you start to think, maybe I don't want to spend so much. A budget is like a mirror. When you look into a mirror, you see your face clearly. When you look at your budget, you see your spending clearly.
I like that picture. A mirror for money.
And a budget is not a punishment. It does not say you are bad. It just gives you information.
So I should not feel guilty. I should just feel curious.
Exactly. Curious, not guilty. Let's imagine a person named Anna. Anna always feels like her money disappears. At the end of the month, she has no idea where it went. She thinks, I don't buy anything big. Why am I always broke?
I think many people feel like Anna.
Yes. One day, Anna decides to make a budget. She writes everything down for 1 month. At the end of the month, she looks at her notebook and sees $120 on coffee, $80 on snacks, $120 on delivery food, $60 on small online shopping.
That is a lot.
Yes, and Anna is surprised. She did not know she spent so much on those things. But now she knows because the budget shows her.
So the budget gives her power to change.
Yes, information is power. I want to give a very clear, simple example of a monthly budget so our listeners can imagine it.
Yes, examples always help me.
Let's imagine a person named David. Here is David's money in for 1 month. Salary from job, $1,200. That's all. So his total money in is $1,200. Now, during the month, he writes his money out. At the end of the month, his list looks like this. Rent, $500. Food, supermarket, $250. Eating out and delivery, $120. Transport, bus, train, fuel, $80. Phone and internet, $60. Coffee from cafe, $90. Small shopping and entertainment, $100.
Let me try to add that. 500 plus 250 equals 750. 750 plus 120 equals 870. 870 plus 80 equals 950. 950 plus 60 equals 1010. 1010 plus 90 equals 1100. 1100 plus 100 equals 1200.
Exactly. So David's money out is $1,200. His money in is also $1,000.
That means he does not save anything.
Yes, he reaches the end of the month with 0 left. He is not in debt, but he also has no savings.
Now, with this budget, David can see where he might change something. For example, maybe he can eat out less and cook more, so he can reduce $120 to $60.
Maybe he can buy coffee at a cafe only 2 days a week instead of every day, so $90 becomes $30.
If he makes those 2 changes, how much can he save?
Let's see. Eating out from $120 to $60 saves $60. Coffee from $90 to $30 saves $60. Together, that is $120.
So he could save $120 every month.
Yes, and after 1 year, that is $1,440.
That is a big change from 2 small decisions.
Exactly. This is the power of seeing your numbers clearly in a budget. Another tip is to color your expenses. You can take a colored pen and mark all your needs in one color and all your wants in another color.
Oh, that is a nice idea. Then you can quickly see how much of your page is wants.
Yes, if most of your money out is wants, you know you have many options to save.
And if most of it is needs, then you know your situation is tighter and you must be careful in other ways.
Right, but even then, sometimes people can still find 1 or 2 wants to reduce, even just a little. Now that we know how to see our money with a budget, let's talk about how to actually save money. Are you ready, Tom?
I am ready. I really want to save more money in my life.
Wonderful. First, I want to say this. Saving money does not mean no fun or no joy. Saving money means making smart choices.
So it's not about saying no to everything. It is about saying yes to the most important things.
Exactly. Let's talk about some easy daily tips for saving money. We will keep them simple for our listeners. Tip 1. Make coffee at home. We already talked about the cost of coffee. If you buy it every day, it becomes a big number. But if you make coffee at home, it is much cheaper.
And maybe it is slower and more relaxing too.
Yes, you can enjoy the process. Tip 2. Cook at home more often. Eating at restaurants or ordering delivery is usually much more expensive than cooking simple meals at home.
I see this clearly. When I cook a big pot of soup or pasta, I can eat it for 2 or 3 meals.
Exactly. Some people call this cook once, eat twice, or even cook once, eat 3 times.
That sounds efficient. I like efficient things.
Tip 3. Use a shopping list. Before you go to the supermarket, take a few minutes to write down what you really need. Then, when you shop, try to buy only the things on your list.
This is difficult for me. The supermarket has so many nice things.
Yes, it is not always easy, but a list is like a small guide. It helps you focus on needs, not wants. Tip 4. Choose free or low-cost activities. Not all fun needs money. You can walk in the park, read a book, call a friend, watch free videos, or listen to music.
That's true. Going to the cinema or a big party can be fun, but it is expensive. Going for a walk and talking with a friend can also be fun and free.
Yes, when you start to look for free fun, you will find many options. Tip 5. Be careful with emotional spending. Sometimes when we feel sad, bored, or stressed, we want to buy something to feel better. This is called emotional spending.
Yes, I know this. When I am tired, I think, I deserve a treat. Then I buy snacks.
It is okay sometimes, but if it happens often, it can hurt your budget. When you notice emotional spending, you can ask yourself, do I really need this, or am I just trying to change my feeling?
And then I can choose another way to feel better, like taking a walk or listening to music.
Exactly. Tip 6. Sometimes use cash instead of a card. With cards, it is easy to tap and pay and forget. With cash, you feel the money leaving your hand.
Yes, when I pay with cash, I think more. I see the money go from my wallet to the other person.
That small moment of thinking can stop you from buying something you don't really need. Tip 7. Buy good quality things that last longer. Sometimes very cheap things break quickly, and then you must buy again.
So in the long run, cheap can be expensive.
Exactly. If you can, choose simple but good quality things that you can use for a long time. Tip 8. Make a weekly plan. Instead of only a monthly budget, you can also make a weekly spending plan. Each week, decide how much you can spend on food, transport, and fun.
A week feels more concrete and easier to manage.
Yes, it is a small time period. Tip 9. Sell or give away things you don't use. Many of us have clothes, books, or gadgets that we don't really need.
Yes, my closet is full of clothes I never wear.
You can sell some of them to get extra money, or you can give them to people who need them. Tip 10. Use a 24-hour or 48-hour rule. When you want to buy something that is a want, wait 1 or 2 days. If after that time you still really want it, maybe you can buy it. But many times the feeling disappears.
Yes, I know this. Sometimes I really want something, but after 1 day, I forget about it.
Waiting helps you avoid impulse buying. I think it is also helpful to talk about mistakes. Everyone makes money mistakes.
Yes, I have made many.
Me too. Listeners, if you have made money mistakes, you are not alone. It is normal.
The important thing is to learn from them.
For example, sometimes people sign up for subscriptions they don't use, like a gym membership or a streaming service.
Yes, they pay every month, but they forget to cancel.
A good habit is to check your bank statement once a month and ask, do I still use this service? Do I really want to pay for it?
If the answer is no, then it is time to stop.
Exactly. That can save money without changing your daily life much. Let's do a small role play for our listeners. I will be Anna, and you will be Past Tom, who spends without thinking. Then you will answer again as New Tom, who is learning to save.
Okay, I will try.
Past Tom, you see a big chocolate cake in a shop window. What do?
Past Tom says, I want it now, and buys it without thinking.
And New Tom?
New Tom stops and asks, is this a need or a want? how will I feel after I buy it? Maybe he decides to buy a small piece instead of the whole cake, or he decides to wait.
Very good. Past Tom, you are tired after work and don't want to cook. What do?
Past Tom opens a food delivery app and orders something expensive.
And new Tom?
New Tom looks in the fridge and thinks, can I cook something simple? Maybe he makes eggs and bread or a quick soup.
Yes, simple food can still be nice. Our listeners can also imagine their own past self and new self. This can be a fun way to see change.
Yes, I like that. It makes the process feel like a story.
All these tips are very helpful, but there is something that makes saving money much more exciting: having a saving goal.
A saving goal is like a dream you save for, right?
Yes, it is something you want in the future that is important to you. A goal gives your saving a purpose. For example, your saving goal could be a trip to another city or country, a new bicycle, a new phone or laptop, an emergency fund so you feel safe, a special gift for someone you love, a class or course you want to take.
These goals sound very motivating.
So Tom, what is one thing you would like to save for?
I still like the idea of a new bicycle. I imagine a strong, comfortable bicycle that I can use to go to the park or to visit friends.
That is a great goal. Now, when you think about spending money on wants, you can ask, do I want this thing now, or do I want my bicycle later?
Yes, when I imagine the bicycle, it becomes easier to say no to some small wants.
Another helpful idea is to make your goal visual. You can print a picture of the thing you want and put it on your wall, on your fridge, or as the background on your phone.
So I could put a big picture of a bicycle on my wall?
Yes, then you see it every day and it reminds you why you are saving.
I like that. It feels fun and positive.
Now, let's talk about where to put the money you save. You can have a separate savings account at the bank, a physical piggy bank, a simple jar or box at home.
A savings account feels safe, and a piggy bank or jar feels concrete and visible.
Yes, both are good. You can even use both. For example, you can put coins and small bills in a jar at home and move bigger amounts to your savings account every month.
That sounds like a good system.
Saving money is not only about numbers, it is also about feelings. When you save, you start to feel proud of yourself. You feel more in control of your life. You feel less afraid of the future.
Yes, if I have some money saved, I feel more relaxed.
Exactly. An emergency is less scary when you know you have some savings. Let's review all the important ideas from our conversation so our listeners can remember them easily. First, understand the difference between needs and wants. Needs are things you must have. Wants are extra things that are nice but not necessary.
Second, make a simple budget. Use a notebook, write money in and money out, and keep your money diary for at least 1 month.
Third, look at your budget and see where you can make small changes. Focus on wants, like expensive coffee, snacks, or fun shopping.
Fourth, use small daily tips to save money. Cook at home, make coffee at home, use a shopping list, enjoy free activities, be careful with emotional spending, and sometimes use cash.
Fifth, choose a saving goal that makes you feel excited. It can be a trip, a bicycle, a phone, or simply feeling safe.
Sixth, put your saved money in a safe place, like a savings account or a piggy bank or jar.
When you follow these steps slowly, you can completely change your relationship with money.
And you do not need perfect English to do it. You only need simple words: money, spend, save, budget, need, want, goal.
Yes, and you do not need to be perfect with money either. You only need to start and then keep going. I would like to give our listeners some simple sentences they can repeat to themselves. I can learn about money. I can make a simple budget. I can save a little every week. I know the difference between needs and wants. I am learning to be good with money.
These sentences feel very positive.
Yes, they are like small affirmations. They can help you build confidence. Before we finish, we want to invite you, our listener, to think about your own life. What is one small change you can make this week to save money? What is one saving goal that makes you feel happy or excited?
You can also write your answers in a journal or in the comments if you watch this on YouTube.
Yes, writing is good English practice and also good money practice. Before we end, I would like to tell one more story to give our listeners hope.
I'm listening.
There was a woman named Maria. For many years, she felt afraid of money. She never looked at her bank account. She used her card and just hoped everything would be okay.
That sounds stressful.
Yes, it was. One day, she decided she didn't want to live like that anymore. She took a deep breath, sat down with a notebook, and wrote her first budget. She was scared, but she did it anyway.
Brave Maria.
She saw that she spent a lot of money on small things: coffee, snacks, apps, and online shopping. She did not blame herself. She just said, "Now I understand." Then she made one small rule. She would check her money once a week, every Sunday evening.
That's a good idea.
After a few months, she started to feel calmer. She began to save a little each month. After 1 year, she had an emergency fund. She felt proud and safe.
That is a beautiful change.
Yes, and she did it step by step with small, simple actions. I want our listeners to know you can do this too. You can be like Maria or like David or like Anna. You do not need to be rich to make a budget. You do not need perfect English. You only need the desire to learn and the courage to start.
And you have 2 friends here, Anna and Tom, cheering for you.
Exactly, we are cheering for you. Let's finish with 3 very simple questions our listeners can answer in their notebook, in English if they can.
What is one need in my life?
2, what is one want I can reduce? 3, what is one saving goal I have?
These questions are easy to write and very powerful to think about.
Yes, and if you listen to this episode again, you can pause and write your own answers.
I feel really good after this conversation.
Me too. Talking about money in a calm and kind way feels very healthy.
I hope our listeners feel the same.
Dear listeners, thank you for spending this time with us. You are not just learning English, you are also learning important life skills.
And we are very proud of you.
If you liked this episode, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. That helps our channel grow and helps more learners.
And maybe in the future, we can make another episode about money with more advanced vocabulary.
Yes, that would be great. But for now, this is a strong foundation. Until next time, everyone.
Goodbye and happy saving.
Bye for now. And remember, even one small step today is better than no step at all.
Yes, start small, start simple, and keep going.
You can do it.
Every coin, every choice, every day can slowly build your brighter future.